What if 5 everyday habits, ones you barely notice, are quietly aging your heart by decades? Japan's most legendary doctor, who practiced medicine into his hundreds, warned about these very patterns. Today we'll uncover the 5 sneaky habits increasing stroke and heart attack risk, and how to reverse each one with simple changes. Stick around. Habit number 3 helped one man slash his cholesterol by 30 points without giving up flavor. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara treated patients into his hundreds and became Japan's most trusted voice on aging. He saw that it's not just cholesterol or family history, it's daily habits that quietly wear down the heart after 65. In this video, we'll explore the 5 heart-damaging behaviors he warned about most. Each one has a clear biological explanation, a simple fix, and could help you stay out of the hospital. Let's begin with the silent killer that strikes when you sit too long. Habit number 1, sedentary lifestyle, the silent heart killer. Dr. Hinohara once said, "The most dangerous damage to the heart is the kind you don't feel." And one of the most overlooked, sitting still for too long. After 65, prolonged sitting triggers what researchers call metabolic hibernation. Your muscles stop producing lipoprotein lipase, the enzyme that normally clears fats from your blood. Insulin becomes less effective, so blood sugar lingers, quietly damaging your arteries. And inflammation markers like CRP and IL-6 begin to rise, feeding silent damage to your heart and vessels. A 2019 circulation research study tracked 13,699 older adults. Those who sat more than 8 hours per day had a 24% higher risk of cardiovascular events and a 20% higher risk of early death. Rosa, 69, used to spend her evenings sitting for hours watching TV. After a minor chest scare, her doctor gave her one simple order: don't change your life, change your rhythm. So, she did. Now, every 30 minutes of sitting, she stands, walks in place for 2 minutes. Within a month, her blood pressure dropped, her legs stopped swelling, and she could finally sleep without feeling heavy. Here's the habit doctor Hinohara recommended: every 30 minutes, stand up and move for 2 to 3 minutes. Goal, 150 minutes per week of light to moderate activity. Bonus, get morning movement within 1 hour of waking. This isn't about exercise, it's about flow. And sometimes longevity begins with something as simple as standing up. Habit number 2, overeating, ignoring Hara Hachi Bu. In the West, we're told to finish our plate. In Japan, the wisdom is different. Stop at 80% full. This practice is called Hara Hachi Bu, and Dr. Hinohara lived by it for over 60 years. Why? Because overeating, especially after 65, doesn't just make us sluggish. It floods the body with excess insulin, overstresses the pancreas, and ignites a wave of inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha and IL-6. Think of your digestion like a tunnel. Eating past fullness is like sending rush hour traffic into a space already packed. Things back up, pressure builds, and inflammation spreads. A 2023 NIH study on calorie restriction followed 220 adults over 2 years. Reducing intake by just 12% lowered biological aging markers by 2 to 3%, and significantly improved heart health. Helen, 68, used to feel heavy and tired after every meal, and thought it was just normal aging. But once she began pausing halfway through each plate and asking, "Am I satisfied?" or just finishing out of habit, her sleep improved, her bloating disappeared, and she even noticed less joint pain after meals. Here's how to apply Hara Hachi Bu. Eat slowly, take 15 to 20 minutes per meal. Pause at 70% fullness and wait 5 minutes. Stop eating at 80% full, not stuffed, just satisfied. You don't have to measure, just listen. Dr. Hinohara believed this one habit added years to his life and joy to his meals. Habit number 3, skipping plant-based proteins. When most people think protein, they picture steak, chicken, or eggs. But in Okinawa, home to the world's longest living seniors, most protein comes from plants. Dr. Hinohara ate tofu nearly every day. Why? Because soy-based foods don't just build muscle. They protect your heart, lower inflammation, and feed your gut. Here's the science. Soy is rich in isoflavones, which help reduce LDL cholesterol, support artery flexibility, and calm cytokine activity. It's also packed with prebiotic fiber, food for the good bacteria that regulate blood pressure, blood sugar, and even mood. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who ate soy 3 times a week had significantly lower rates of heart disease and cognitive decline compared to those who didn't. Frank, 73, was skeptical. He'd heard soy was feminizing. But after seeing Dr. Hinohara's story, he tried one change: tofu stir-fry twice a week. Bok choy, garlic, ginger, sesame oil. Simple. 3 weeks later, his cholesterol dropped 30 points. He felt lighter, clearer. And he said something that stuck with me. I didn't feel like I was eating healthy. I just felt well. How to apply it? Swap red meat for tofu, edamame, or miso 2 to 3 times a week. Use in stir-fries, soups, or baked with veggies. Choose organic, fermented forms when possible. Think of soy as a gentle brush for your arteries, clearing what age leaves behind. And for seniors, that kind of support isn't just helpful, it's protective. Have you ever cooked with tofu or miso? Comment yes or never tried below. You might inspire someone else. Habit number 4, late night eating, a clockwork disruptor. Dr. Hinohara warned that when we eat in misalignment with our body's rhythm, we don't just gain weight, we confuse the heart. After 65, your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, becomes more sensitive. Late-night meals cause your body to release insulin at the wrong time when it's trying to rest. This leads to elevated blood sugar, higher nighttime blood pressure, and even disrupted sleep. A 2020 study in Chronobiology International found that adults who ate dinner after 8 p.m. had significantly higher glucose levels overnight and a greater risk of cardiovascular dysfunction. Imagine your metabolism like a factory that closes at sundown. Eating at 10 p.m. is like dropping a full truck of supplies at a locked loading dock. Everything backs up, gets stored, and clogs the system. Laura, 71, used to snack at night. Crackers, yogurt, sometimes a handful of nuts. She thought it helped her sleep. But after months of restless nights and occasional heart palpitations, her doctor suggested one change: stop eating 3 hours before bed. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her dreams were deeper, her stomach felt lighter, and her morning blood pressure readings improved. Here's the protocol. Finish dinner by 7 p.m., avoid snacks after 8 p.m. If hungry, drink warm herbal tea to signal the body it's done for the day. Bonus, a walk after dinner helps lower post-meal glucose by 20 to 30%. Think of this habit as turning off the lights in your kitchen and in your bloodstream. Your heart works hard all day. Let it rest at night. Habit number 5. Processed snack traps. It's just a handful of crackers, just a few cookies. But for the aging heart, these tiny bites can carry big consequences. Dr. Hinohara believed that small choices, repeated daily, build the foundation for either healing or harm. And ultra-processed snacks, loaded with trans fats, refined carbs, and preservatives, are one of the most overlooked threats. Here's what happens biologically. Trans fats increase LDL cholesterol, while refined carbs spike blood sugar, then crash it, triggering cortisol, inflammation, and arterial stiffness. This constant internal stress wears down the inner lining of blood vessels, a process called endothelial dysfunction. A 2022 study in JAMA Cardiology found that adults who consumed the most ultra-processed foods had an 18% higher risk of heart attack over 10 years. George, 75, thought he ate pretty well. No fast food, no soda. But every afternoon, he had his harmless snack, a few butter crackers, sometimes a cookie or two. During a routine scan, his cardiologist found early plaque buildup. The advice? Trade the empty for the nourishing. Now George snacks on roasted edamame, air-popped popcorn, or a few walnuts and blueberries. Not only did his cholesterol improve, he said he feels more even, less foggy in the afternoon. Simple upgrades: swap chips for air-popped popcorn, trade cookies for dark chocolate and nuts, replace crackers with roasted chickpeas or edamame. Prep your snacks in advance, don't let hunger decide. Think of ultra-processed snacks like tiny sparks, each one igniting slow fires inside your arteries. Over time, they add up. But with the right swaps, you're not just avoiding risk. You're feeding life back into your heart. Dr. Hinohara didn't chase youth. He chased lightness. Lightness in the body, in the mind, in the rhythm of daily life. The 5 habits we explored today may seem small. Sitting too long, eating too much, snacking without thought. But over time, they quietly build stress into your heart's machinery. The good news? Every one of them is reversible. When Rosa stood during commercials, when Helen paused her fork, when George swapped his snacks, they weren't just preventing a heart attack. They were reclaiming trust in their own bodies. So here's my question for you. Which one of these habits surprised you most? Maybe it's something you hadn't connected to heart health before. Or maybe it's the one you've known about for years, but today something clicked. Let's talk about it in the comments, because someone else might read your story and realize they're not alone. And if this video helped you feel more informed, more hopeful, or just more curious about your own health, you might consider joining our community. We release videos every week that bring science, tradition, and real-life healing together. Not to chase perfection, but to honor the aging process with strength, grace, and just a little more lightness. Go ahead, tap that subscribe button. We'll walk this path together.